Welcome back. Let's delve into this next chat, the much anticipated Cufa Cultural Urban Festival Africa. It returns to Mangaung from the 2nd to the 12th of October 2025. It promises to be an explosive 10-day celebration of music, sports, business and creativity. Now, this year's program, it features the usual favorites, exciting new additions that just reflect the evolving spirit of South Africa's youth and creative industry. And so joining us this morning, bright and early, to share a little bit more about this year's offering is Festival Founder and Director Ben Moseme, as well as Festival Creative Director Palesa Moseme. Good morning. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Ben, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
Let's talk about the preparations leading up. The clock is ticking. We're almost there. How are things going as we speak?
Things are going well. Tickets are selling.
Okay.
The expectation is being surpassed by all measures so far.
Amazing.
Looking at the fact that we are on year 2, because the festival started in 2024, and we are on site. Preparations are going on very smoothly, and we're looking forward to the best 10 days of African celebration, where we'll be showcasing our heritage, our culture, sports. As you know, we've got Siwelele that side, and
Yes.
we've got the best supporter when it comes to sport in the Free State.
And it's so important to highlight this. So thank you for putting this all together. It's a 10-day extravaganza. Palesa, in terms of its evolution since last year, in terms of the offering as well this year, how do you think it's grown since then? What are we in store for?
I think in terms of last year, we've learned a lot in terms of what the audience wants and what we want the audience to see us as.
Okay.
And this year, we're really trying to give back and give the people what they want. And, you know, it's
What does that
difficult.
mean? You're teasing us. Tell us who's on the lineup, etc. If you're going to be name dropping some names.
Oh, we have big people on the lineup this year. We have Maglera Doughboy, we have Mr. Jazik, we have Zonke, we have Karen White, Andy Narrow from USA. We have quite a lot to offer this year, and I think it's quite an upgrade from last year.
Absolutely. I mean, the international artists, that edition as well. Do you want to tell us how that came to be? Even just the logistics that went into that behind the scenes for the second edition, Ben?
Yeah, I think we're going international now. As we know that Cufa, it's more about the continent of Africa and showcasing who we are. And we are one as Africa.
Yes.
So we went international. We invited Andy Narell and Karen White, and we want to make the value proposition of an international festival, so that when we go into the footprint of Ghana, into Nigeria, coming from Kenya, we know that we'll be working back to back with some of the global icons. So that is the whole value proposition with regards to the Cufa Festival.
It's to your point. I mean, we are one, and it is about celebrating that unity as well, because the world is watching Africa, right? We're the soul, we're the magic that we've been waiting for. I wonder, in terms of that 42% lineup, I know you're also very intentional about showcasing local content as well, and that's not just music, right? That's fashion, that's everything else. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that intention as well?
I think it's to really just show what we have as a continent, as a country, as a people, and to show that we have a lot to offer. We have more than what people say we have. And, you know, that goes beyond just music. It goes beyond what you think when you think of Africa, what you think when you think of Bloemfontein, or what you think when you think of local. It's bigger than us, you know, and we really just want to give a stage to people to just showcase and show off what it is that they bring to the community.
That magic.
And it's also important, you know, to touch on the 42%.
Yes.
That is excluding the soccer element with Marumo Gallants on the 12th of October taking on Bloemfontein Celtics. But importantly, it's also, like Palesa is saying, to give back, you know, to the community. You've got a lot of local artists. Karen White will also be doing a workshop where we will be giving back to the community. 40 local artists coming from Botshabelo, from Diversdorp, from Tabanchu, in the dusty streets of the Free State, will come to Bloemfontein and will be given highlights. Sipho Hostix Mabuse will join that workshop so that we've got a balanced presentation, and it will happen on the 10th at Southern Sun in Bloemfontein.
Okay.
On 10th of October on Friday.
Yes, you have to send the elevator back down.
Yes, but again...
the economic spin-offs as well is important, right? Because there's a value chain for that.
The last time we did a study on the economic impact into the economy of the Free State,
Yes.
you will understand people are driving from the N8 out of Lesotho, coming from Johannesburg on the N1, filling up, buying food at Engine One stops, etc. The hospitality, the retail sector, beauty and fashion, the local artists, the marshals, the mamas that will be selling. Our estimate is a clean R500 million will be injected into the economy. Activation companies from brands coming from National, which is from Cape Town and Johannesburg, that will be in Bloemfontein for 20 days with bed and breakfast, with building materials, with finishings and all of that. So the economy is going to get a big boost, and we're saying minimum, with our eyes closed, we're talking 500 million, which is R500 million.
Wow. I mean, our economy needs this now more so than ever, right? The jobs that are also going to be created, absolutely, and create that economy and get it going. I even just wanted to look at the partnerships, or those who've come on board to support this year's edition. I mean, you can't do this alone. So are there public-private partnerships?
No, we have a lot of, we've got a ground transportation partner. We've got alcoholic beverages, from the sponsors. We've got spirits also from Diageo. We are working with the city as a host city, Mangaung Metro Municipality. We're working with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, both national and in the province, to try to ensure that this is a seamless execution and we do it in a manner that is an experience for those tourists that will be coming. We've been in talks with the SA Tourism as well, and there are lots of partners that comes also in value in kind. We've got the Builder Smart, which is a local coming from Lesotho into Bloemfontein or into the Free State. They've got 22 stores just between Lesotho and the Free State. And that's important for us to have those partnerships and to ensure. But most importantly, it's the support that you get from other businesses that you've developed over the years. You will remember that this company is 22 years old, and there's a lot of people that were developed in terms of events, infrastructure, furniture, fencing, abolition facilities, VIP toilets. You mentioned a lot, catering, we're working with Meriting as a collaboration to ensure that we're going to give people a proper food and beverage presentation. Yes.
Absolutely. I'm just thinking about the tourism element. You can go see Dumo Dumo in Clarence if you want, because that's also part of our history. And it's so important to tell those stories. I just wonder if we're looking at where to from here, right? So it's in the second year. Do you want to speak to, as a creative director, perhaps speak to what that vision looks like as the future, as we progress into the future as well?
From here, Cufa only can go up. We can only move up. We can only move into the African continent. We can become Cultural Urban Festival Africa, We really do want to find ourselves within Africa and not just at the tip of Africa. We really want to get to know African cultures, want to get to know the African countries and what is it that they want and what is it that, makes us one. Why are we one? And, how do we really make that a vision that comes to reality, how do we become one? And I think Cufa is the place to become one.
Okay, so Ben, on that note, tickets, accessing information, getting in touch, how do we go about doing that just as we wrap up?
Yeah, for accessibility of tickets, we are on both platforms of CompuTicket and Ticket Pro, ShopRite Checkers, OK Foods, Spas, Astron filling stations. The gospel is already over 50% sold out. You've seen the lineup with Matema, Dumim Kokstad, Bloemfontein, Omega Kunong. You've got the global stage, which is the biggest festival outdoor with camping chairs and cooler bags, and it's going to be an all-white with an Afrocentric element into it. And we'll have, like I said, Shandesh, Hot Sticks, Karen White, and Dinarel. You'll have Vosenova, Ntando. We've got a lot of local artists, Kim Panyo, you've got Snazo, and many more. So it's going to be electrifying. All roads are leading to Mangaung. It is the place to be. We don't have the C, we don't have the big five, but we've got events and sport.
All right, so we're looking forward to all that action. Cufa Festival, you heard it's about uniting through music, sport, comedy, culture in a spectacular 10-day experience. We just spoke to the festival founder, director Ben Moseme, as well as Palesa Moseme, of course, about the what we can expect for this year's edition. It's the second of its kind, and we're looking forward to all that action as all roads lead to that Cufa Festival taking place in October. We'll be right back after this. In fact, at the top of the hour, more news and updates. Stay tuned.